Howdy folks, it's the Tall Turtle here, and yes, we are back with another LEGO build video, something I never ever thought I would do, but here we are, yet again. This is the final update and review of this car, the Porsche 911 RSR. The Technic model number and everything is in the description like usual. And I'm going to try this with yet a different angle. I'm back on my studio floor with a camera to my left and a microphone 3 inches in front of my face. And hopefully this works. I'm trying to just bump the microphone and see. I'm going to see if I can build a little more smoothly with all the stuff in front of me. And then we're probably going to do a bunch more LEGO videos because people like them and I love doing them. So, task at hand though is finishing this kit. I have 12 steps left. Can't count. 12 steps left. Then we'll be done, and then we'll have a nice review afterwards. So I have all my pieces down to 3 bins. I have my tires over here. I have my regular, what I call regular LEGO pieces, in this bin, which are just regular LEGO pieces. And then the Technic pieces that I have left right here. So I'm actually going to move that down here, even though it's off camera. Instruction booklet. And I've used all the decals, I think they've all been used. So that's going to go off to the side. And we're going to finish this. So what do we need to do? Let's see if I can do this without bonking into things. This is very strange. So I finished the roof panels like so. And now we're going to attach them. So I have to see, how are these attached? Let's see. We just push in a few pins, and it doesn't really say. You have to kind of figure it out. So let's see if I can figure this out. Because the problem I'm having is I'm looking at this 90 degrees. So you're looking at it straight on. I'm looking at it I'm looking at it off 90 degrees. So I think what I'm going to do is figure out how this works. I'll make a cut in the video so it's a little smoother for you. Okay, 7 minutes later, and I figured this out. I was overthinking it. So very simple. This just goes in here. Well, you can't see, but if you are following along, the roll bar goes in between that piece there, and then it locks in place on both sides. So I need to try to get this in here. And then there's another clip here from a previous step. Let's see if I can autofocus. There we go. So these little pieces act as clips. Just have to get them lined up and pushed in without it binding and things. So I need to find that. Again, I'm doing all this way off camera. In fact, if I put it in front of me, look, I can't even see it because I'm way off to the side. Alright, I think we're set. So these small ones are going to slide down these tubes, put alongside the car, like this, I imagine. Very, very simple. I don't even know if you can even see what I'm doing. Oh, how am I going to get my huge fingers in this little space to guide this through? Holy moly. There we go. And then, how far down does it go? It goes all the way into this. See, these are where the instructions make sense when they say they're for older folks. Older meaning not 7 years old. Because the patience, like I can do this because I'm very, very good with tools and mechanical things. But whoops, yes, I knock stuff off the back of the car. But like, how did my 11-year-old even have the patience to feed a rubber pipe through all these LEGO pieces like this? Let me see here. How am I going to get that through? Having huge fingers doesn't help. But yeah, I got to get that through. So you're feeding through something that's soft, pushing. There we go. Oh, see, it's flexing on me. You're pushing something flexible against itself, which just isn't a very easy thing to maneuver. But, I'm very good with mechanics and tools and weird things because of my day job, which is not day, it's like 1 in the morning again as I record this. So there we go. We fed these through, which was actually quite difficult. There, and I can see all the side of the car. All right, moving along. Now I got to feed the front ones through, which looks way easier. Alright, with a bunch of finagling, I got this other squishy soft pipe thing threaded through and adjusted, and I could spend all day tweaking the little nuances. It actually looks better on camera. Like it curves all around, it bounces all around in person. But I checked the picture in the front, and it's the same thing. It's those details you don't notice how you're doing it yourself, and you're like, wait a minute, this has some weird shape to it, but that's just the way it is. All right, moving on to 500. Oh, we get to flip it over. All right, so 501 basically uses the rest of these pieces for the most part. We got 2 of those. We've got 4 of these curvy things. I don't even know why I'm showing you. You can't really see them anyway. And, whoops. Oh, I just dropped a piece into the car. 2 of these. And 2 of these short 1x4 things, except I dropped it in the car. So I gotta find... There it is. There it is. All right. Let's put all this together. I would assume they go back 1, because that would make sense, wouldn't it? All right, so we have skid plate now. That's like the weakest part of the whole car. All right. Flip it over again. Let's grab it by the rocker panel. There we go. All right. Flip it over. So if everything is good. Man, that trunk lid is... Not trunk lid, the engine cover is hard to lift up. 503, we put the tires together. This reminds me of my model building days when you glue in tires and have to go in the right direction. So we're going to look here. You can't see anything, but I'm looking for if there's like a inside or outside. They look, this looks better. So this will be our outside. And of course, this will be the outside as well compared to that. Pop them together. Very easy. Make sure they actually get in there all the way. So much easier than building models with glue and paint and everything. All right, I'm going to do the rest of these super fast. This is actually really tricky to get the lip correct on both the inside and the outside. Wow. In other words, details. Make sure that lip is correct on both sides. I'll do the last one with you in a second. I'm just double checking all these because I flipped one over and realized it looked awful. So again, I'm going to choose what side looks best as the outside. Pop it in like this. Get that dust off of there. Not dust, but whatever it is. Come on. Get that rim on. This is more difficult than mounting a real tire. Well, come on. Get in there. So that side is good. You can see that. Now the inside though, well, see how it's not as good. Fix that a little bit. There we go. We're going to pop these on, I guess. Click in place like I assume they would. Oh, I just knocked my antenna off. Oh, let's refocus. There we go. All right. 2 out of 4. Final step, 504. 2 of these little things. These little, I don't know, light bulb looking things. Where do they go? Again, I'm reaching around a microphone and a camera to do this. This is not in front of me. I am off to the side trying to do this. Come on. No, focus on that. There we go. I'm off to the side trying to do this. There we go. The pieces are inside here now. Okay. That means we're done. Let's put our spoiler wings back on. There we go. So what is next? Well, close the book. I guess if you want to see back here, it shows you what features the car has, which we already talked about. Real car compared to the Lego car, and so on. Okay, well, let's do our little review now. So those of you who skipped the previous part of the video, welcome to this part of the video. There we go. Alrighty, so first of all, extra pieces. Lego is known for never missing pieces, but they always have extras. I'm not sure how they have extras, but there's a lot of extra pieces. But I'll just put them in my kids' box of Lego. Okay, here we go. Review time for those of you who skipped. Let's move this. Come on, turn the wheel. Those of you who skipped previous part of the video. All right, so first of all, this thing is huge. You cannot tell on camera how big this thing is. You just can't. I have huge hands, Rachmaninoff size hands, and I can only cover little parts of this car. If I take out my tape measure and I go from the very front bumper to the back, I have 20 inches. 20 inches this thing is. And this widest part, it's about 9.5. 20 inches. This thing is almost 2 feet long. I know it doesn't look like it on camera. And I've watched many videos and pictures of this thing, and you can't tell. You have to look for yourself sometime. This thing is enormous. Something else I really enjoy is this actually looks like a car. Now, I know that sounds funny, but when I saw pictures of this and I saw people's videos of this and I saw the Lego box and everything, I'm like, that doesn't really look like a car. This looks like a Lego contraption that kind of resembles a car, but in person, this looks like a actual car. It does not look like a Lego kit put together. It looks like you would buy it this way, like an RC car or even a model car of this. It looks like an actual car. I'm trying to get an angle so you can see it for yourself. It doesn't look like a bunch of Legos put together. Oh, I said the word Legos. Forbidden. It doesn't look like a bunch of Lego. It looks like a car. I think that's awesome. It's also very solid, except for the weird amenities like the antenna or the skid plate underneath or the winglets on the side. This thing is so solid, I'm not afraid to pick this up by any part or single part. I mean, this thing will not fall apart. This is rock solid, which never used to be the case with Technic in the old days. You can see all the framework in there. This thing is huge and it's amazing. It's just incredible. Another awesome thing about this is the reward you get for doing this, the rewarding experience. I see why people will pay the money because I think this was $150. I think this is the cheapest of the three. I think the orange Porsche is even bigger, if you can imagine bigger than this, and I think it's like $250 at the time, and then the Bugatti is like $350 or something. I would love to have those cars, but I can't spend that kind of money. The reward for doing this is just, if you're on the fence about something like this, or you've thought about it, do it. Because when my kids got me this for Christmas, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I can put that together. And boy, was I completely underestimating the awesome feeling you get when you do this. This is, I don't know, what was it? It's supposed to be 4-hour build time. I think it took me 9 or 10 because I took my time and stuff. And I did a lot of it while I was talking to people, and I was like hanging out with my kids while I did it and stuff like that. But it's just, I can't articulate it in any stronger language, but the reward. So if you're thinking about something like this, just do it. It's amazing. I cannot believe how awesome this felt, especially when it started coming together looking like an actual car. I cannot believe how this actually looks like a car. I was so skeptical when I saw pictures of it in other videos. I'm still trying to shape this here, though. I'm going to have to play with that for a while. But anyway, let's talk about the car then. I talked about how solid it was, talk about the size, talk about the emotional parts of it. So let's talk about what the car has and does. Let's simply start at the side. So the door's open, of course. Obviously the door's open. The hood does not. The engine cover does. And inside you have the little map of a racetrack. Oh, can't even see what I'm doing. Little map of the racetrack. The steering wheel moves, which you probably can't see, but you have to trust me. The steering wheel moves and it moves the wheels. You can see them turning. Pretty straightforward stuff there. Details inside. I don't have a lot of light on there. You have to just Google some pictures, but there's a racing seat in there. This one does not have a working shifter. That's the Bugatti that has a working shifter, but there's a dashboard in there. There's some on-screen display stuff in there. Looks very comfortable. There's fire extinguisher, some other things going on the other side that you can't really make out. Because of the way this thing flexes when you shut the door, there's some play, but if you bring the door past its closing point and let it kind of fall back into place, then it's solid, so you can't hear it anymore. So this side, you can hear it and put it back in place. I can hear that one. There we go. Now I can't hear it. Okay. Let's get the steering wheel, though, to turn the wheels all the way. Come on. It's on carpet, so it's giving me some resistance. Put that back. The back, you can obviously see the engine in theory. So when you push the car, the engine moves, of course. Inside, the pistons move, the crankshaft moves. You can see the differential move in the back, which is super cool. let's see. I'm going to have to stop a wheel or else the differential won't let it spin. But there, can you see here you see the crankshaft. You can't see the pistons move, but they're in there. Engine cover closes, of course. The back end, this looks fabulous, just like it should. I know this video is super amateurish. I'm sorry, but it gets the job done. Welcome to YouTube 2006 or even 2003. There's front of the car. I'm resorting underneath. What else? Other than this thing is just huge. Every wheel has its own independent suspension. There you can kind of see. I know it's dark. I'm sorry, but you can kind of see each wheel has its own suspension. So if you were to go along, see, you can push down. Each wheel had its own suspension. But anyway, that is your Porsche 911 RSR Technic number 420906. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know, very, very amateurish Lego video on this channel. But like I said, I'm not a build with me channel, although I'm becoming one accidentally. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. Check out the regular content. I am actually going to do more Lego on this channel because my kids bought me a bunch of sets for Christmas and my wife ordered me a few more obscure ones. So, coming very soon, more Lego and Flight Sim and Forza and a few new games. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a like so we can play the algorithm game, and I'll catch you next time.